welcome Grenada, Carriacopity, Montego, and the rest of the world. I'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program, people. This is where it all happens. The good, the bad, and the Mikey. So many things happening around the world tonight. We want to place some extra emphasis on Dominica. We are all part of Dominica, and Dominica is a part of us. Of course, it's a small Caribbean, small chain of islands, and we have to take stock of what's happening in Dominica. In fact, we have Grenadians there as part of the RSS, the Regional Security Services, and as well we have the journalists and reporters who are there as well monitoring what's going on in a few hours. Dominicans will head to the poll, but they are not going to do so without a fight. There is currently a campaign for election reform, and the Prime Minister there is not having it, and the opposition there as well is not having it either. So there's tugging and pulling on both sides, and as a result, there's been a lot of violence. Well, should I say a lot of violence? Rumors of violence. In some cases, roads blocked. A lot of things is happening. There's smoke out the airport this morning, like really a lot. And so we want to spend some time on Dominica tonight as well. We're going to tell you some of the things that are happening here in Grenada and the wider Caribbean. I want to let you know that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of WPG10. Tonight we're going to talk about a Grenadian woman who was killed in a freak accident. All right. Also, Right Start Cup 2019 champions. We're going to tell you about that as well. And as well, NAWASA would like to thank consumers affected by the challenges resulting from the broken 12-inch main at Marrast Hill. And also shooting at a school. Gunfire erupts in Trinidad. And George Zimmerman sues Trayvon Martin's family and attorneys for US $100 million. Just when you thought you heard it all, folks. Oh boy. We're taking a break and we are coming back. Alright, folks. When we come back, it will be real news in Audio Lili Lolo. So stay tuned.
Are you looking for generators to rent? Then call Wagity Generator Rentals. We rent a wide range of generators: 3,000, 6,000, 10,000, also 20,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, and 150,000. We are located in building number 6, Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George. Or give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Wagity Generator Rentals. We are Grenada's standby power people.
Introducing the Spice Isle Jewelry Grand Christmas Sale. Get up to 40% off on our stunning collection of silver and gold jewelry above $115. Visit us to see our fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and our unique handmade pieces. Repair service second to none. Best value for scrap gold. At Spice Isle Jewelry, there's jewelry for everyone, so shop and save today. Treat yourself or someone you love this Christmas with something special from Spice Isle Jewelry. Serving you since 1986. Located on Grenville Street, St. George's. Call 440-3155 or 415-3155. And shop number 19, Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse. Call 440-6648 or 537-7801. Sale ends December 31st.
It's the first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show.
Daddy, that misquote me. I did not say that she looked like the monkey. I said that the monkey looked like her.
This show is endorsed by the Ministry of Culture. December 14, National Stadium. Gates open 4 p.m. Show starts 6 p.m. Featuring live from Nigeria, Emanuela and Success, and the Mark Angel Comedy Group.
He took your sense.
Oh,
because his mother still has sense.
From Jamaica, hilarious Granny, Johnny Daly. From Trinidad, Alan the Entertainer. From Barbados, Rick from Grenada, Robert White, and Dillion Walters. Ticket price: kids under 16, $30. Kids VIP, $80. Adult early bird $50. $50, $60 regular. Adult VIP early bird $150, $200 regular. You can make sure to get those tickets at all KFC outlets on the island. Grenada Optical, Grand Anse and St. George's, Heather's Boutique, Kitten's Pharmacy, Grand Anse, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Licks and Bites, St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Foods, Westerhall. Make sure to get your tickets for the first annual KFC Come Laugh with Us comedy show. Be there. You, yes you, we welcome you to a new era. Genesis, Genesis, Genesis. 31st December 2019, All Year's Night, featuring the headline band from Antigua, the original Burning Flames. Burning Flames. Burning Flames, plus more, live at the Spice Basket Courtyard. Get your early bird tickets, 80 EC. Couples early bird tickets, 150 EC. Online at gotofab.com and your regular ticket outlets for a new era. Genesis, Genesis. You, yes you.
National Karaoke Competition Grand Final is here. This Saturday, December 7th, 8 p.m. at the Spice Basket. Over 15 of Grenada's top karaoke singers in keen and exciting competition, including the defending champion, with a whopping $15,000 in prizes. Admission adults $25, children under 12 pay $15. This Saturday, December 7th, Spice Basket, 8 p.m. Sponsors: Guardian General Insurance, Glenelg Natural Spring Water, Duty Free Caribbean, Grenada Bottling Company Limited, Andel and Associates, Grand Graphics, DG George F. Hagens, and Netherlands Insurance. The Claxcoat National Karaoke Competition Grand Final. See you there.
All right, and again, we'd like to officially welcome everyone to tonight's program. And if you are here for the first time, I would like to encourage you to always come back. All right, folks, it's good things that has happened on the program here, you know what I mean? So do not make it your first and your last. Always come back to the business. All right, it's good things that takes place right here on Mikey Live. All right, and I honestly tonight I ain't planning on keeping all that long. All right, the boy need a rest. We've been going hours today, boy, from one event to the next, to the next, to the next, live for so. I ain't complaining, you know what I mean? But yeah, no. All right, so audio, the picture on your screen, all right, I need to share with you. Now, the Hankey's Computer Service is there's a Hankey's Computer Store. They have made a donation of a desktop computer to the Central Police Station, the Investigation Department. You understand? And I thought that, hey, this is a really nice gesture. Now, these things you don't get to happen all the time, you know? And from time to time, you don't hear more about bad things that happen in the community, and you don't hear about the good ones. And I think that's a very good initiative by Hankey's Computer Store. And I just want to at least take the moment to say good going, guys. And I hope that this is going to inspire more of the corporate community to make donations like these towards the services that we need, like the hospital and so on. I know that it is not really your duty and so on, but in places that you can help, I think it will be good. You understand? So I hope that this really serves as encouragement to others to do the same, if not to the police, but to another institution. All right, guys, so big up to Hankey's Computer Store, and tonight we are recognizing you for this very kind gesture that you all give them a clap on the what the give Hankey's Computer a clap on the program. What you think I'm telling all of that for good looks? No, give them a clap on the program. And when you have to make a little purchase tomorrow, you're gonna buy like a thing, go buy Hankey's. Yeah, so the Hankey's could make that an annual business. And if all you do it next year, Hankey's all again big up again. You know what I mean? These are the things that we need to highlight within our communities. Yeah, people only negative. I don't know where some people get some kind of energy from, but yeah, no. You're telling me. All right, Olio. So the next thing that we have to tell Olio about, boy, is the young stars involved in soccer, aka football. Right, listen, today was no ordinary day, people. You understand the Republic Bank Right Start Cup Youth Football Tournament finals were held today. Kieran and James, listen, football after football after football. So let's tell you who the champions are. The under 15 boys champion is the Happy Hill Secondary School. Big up to all the HHSS people. That's my old school. Then we have the under 20 girls champion, the Anglican High School. Big them up, boy. Then we have the under 20 boys division 2, the Boca Secondary School. They maintained a perfect record by being undefeated throughout the entire tournament. Then we had the under 20 boys division 1, McDonald College. Now, as it relates to the under 15 boys division final, which was held today, it played 10 a.m. this morning. St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School, SAS, played at Happy Hill Secondary School, and that game ended Happy Hill 1, SAS 0. All right. Devontae Batiste was the goal scorer for Happy Hill Secondary School, and the best goalkeeper was Rondell Lewis, HHSS. Best defender, Delroy Phillip, Grenada 7 Days Adventist Comprehensive Secondary. Then we had the best midfielder, Ashad Date from SAS. Best forward, Devontae Batiste, Happy Hill Secondary. Golden Boots then, Devontae Batiste, Happy Hill Secondary. MVP, Rondell Lewis, Happy Hill Secondary. Winning coach, Kelroy Joseph, Happy Hill. Boy, Happy Hill. It's about time we make some good news, you know what I mean? As it relates to the under 20 girls, that's the under 20 girls division final. That also was played today. Anglican High School played Happy Hill Secondary School, and Anglican High School won that game 3-2. All right. All right, folks. I see a little mix up there, but just letting you know that those young stars really played good soccer, and for that they too need to be recognized on the program. Oh yeah, we're moving on. It's been days of water woes, you understand? And now it is, we could say that the woes are over, as Nawasa is saying to their customers that, you know what, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that light isn't a train. The National Water and Sewage Authority, Nawasa, is pleased, they say, to advise the general public that work on repairs and stabilization of a broken 12-inch main at Maras Hill is complete, and the system has been reopened. Yay! All consumers will not, however, receive a supply immediately, especially those in elevated areas, as the system will take some time to fully recharge, right? Now, it is anticipated that affected consumers will receive a supply within the next 24 to 32 hours. As such, Nawasa water trucks are continuing to service affected consumers with priority given to institutions such as schools. Now, Nawasa would like to thank all affected consumers for your patience and understanding during the period, and they say that they would like to apologize for the inconveniences caused as a result of the unprecedented event. Now, the 12-inch main was broken on Monday, December 2nd, as a result of work being undertaken to repair the broken road at Maras Hill. Due to excavation of the area, the soil supporting the truss block or concrete support for the pipe became loose, weakening the support. As such, due to the volume of water and pressure, the pipe broke, forcing the authority to institute an immediate shutdown of the Annandale water system. Work progressed throughout the following days to repair the pipe and replace the thrust blocks. Concrete works had to be done to stabilize the pipe, and as such, it was not possible to immediately reopen the system, NAWASA says. Again, NAWASA say that they'd like to apologize to all affected consumers for the inconveniences caused and would like to thank you for your patience and understanding as they work towards the delivery of a safe, adequate, and reliable water supply. Now, what we understand too is that some people who never bathe in bucket yet bathe in bucket. Some people bathe in Glenelg and all that. Oh, that's why here the 5-gallon bottle of Glenelg pour out in a little basin or whatever it is, and they wash up and they do little business. That's why it's good to bathe in the river. Some of all you never try to, you know what I mean? All want to play so stush and highty-tighty. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And all you want to take a little experience out in nature. It's good for all. I'm just joking, right? But at least I can feel your pain, you know, trying to open the pipe and then, you know, realize there's no water there and to have to go to work. It might rank when you go to work, and some co-workers still play what they want the wrench on you, you know what I mean? The bad mind, you know what I mean, knowing the situation and they still want to play the wrenching. Anyway, learn to bathe in the river, you hear? But not like you could have bathed in the river to because the river water they cannot dirty. Alright, Olia, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? Now, we've been monitoring this report, and one of the sites that support and promote the well-being of women on social media, Grenadian Women Inc., was the first set of people I saw speaking about this on their page. See that a young Grenadian woman described as a go-getter was killed in a freak accident in Brooklyn. Tracy Belgrave, a beautiful young Grenadian Spice sister, tragically lost her life in a freak motor vehicle accident as she was walking to work in the downtown Brooklyn area when she was struck by an out-of-control SUV driven by an 80-year-old man who seemed to have lost control of his vehicle. They say Tracy was badly injured as a result of the injuries she sustained and was taken to the downtown Brooklyn hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. You know, we could not get to speak to anybody directly relating to this incident, but it is out there that Tracy was at the top of her career working as the deputy chief, see what I tell all you? Yeah, so I ain't staying on the program long. Deputy Chief Information Officer for Finance and Administration at the New York City Department of Education before she lost her life so tragically. You know, they say that the elder was not charged with any crime as a result of the accident. Well, that was then. But we're going to continue to monitor this. They say before traveling to the U.S., Tracy Belgrave attended the St. Joseph Convent, St. George's, Grenada. This is continue. Yes, just yesterday we told you about an individual who lost his life in a similar fashion. He had a heart attack and lost control of his vehicle. You know, it's really never good news when we hear these kind of things happening to our people out there. You understand? So, no. See some people saying it's so sad. You know? Yeah, boy. All you. We have our Grenadians currently in Dominica as part of the regional security system. We deployed some of our men. And if Tara, they were my old schoolmate. You understand? Because Tara is one of the best female soldiers that we have here. You know, so we went to school together, and Tara was so subtle and quiet in school, and you can't judge people, you know, when you see them in school and think she was really quiet. Right now, Tara is one of the top cops in Grenada. Top cops. You mess with Tara, she put you out. She out your lights. You know what I mean? Big up Tara Frederick every time anyway. I'm not sure if she's up there, but if she's up there, just know that Dominica safe. So we have just about 6 Grenadians deployed in Dominica. But I can't speak about my sources, but I understand that things are really sticky this morning. You understand? They say protesters blocked a few roads, attacked a station where some Grenadians were with gas bombs and things like that. You understand? So we just want to know that we boys are safe up there, you know what I mean? The player, you know what I mean? All of the situation is really, really, really dread. Some saying it is not as bad as it seems, while others are saying, you know what? The situation is dread. So we join again as we want to take a closer look at what's going on in Dominica. Our colleagues, our sister station WPG10, who has done a comprehensive report on what's going on in Dominica. Here is our colleagues and associates.
Now for the details. 2 people were reportedly shot, but not with life-threatening injuries, in the Dominican opposition stronghold of Salisbury on the eve of general elections there on Thursday. Police said that there was a confrontation between security forces and protesters in the area when troops moved in to clear the road that was blocked overnight by debris. A police source said the forces came under attack by some stone throwers and they were forced to take what was described as defensive action, including the use of tear gas. This information could not have been otherwise verified. Social media postings show pictures of what appeared to be the injured men. Other postings from opposition protesters accused the security forces of acting indiscriminately. Both Salisbury and Marigot have been the hotbed of opposition protests over the last few days. Our crew was in Salisbury on Wednesday and in Marigot on Thursday, where things were relatively quiet, even though the roads remained blocked in many parts. While in a few areas people were mulling about the streets, there were not the large gatherings of previous days in Marigot, though the area remained tense, according to our reporters on the ground. The roadblocks in Marigot once again affected people going to and from the nearby Melville Hall Airport. Many people with suitcase in hand were seen walking to and from the airport, a distance of more than 2 miles. We spoke to one man who was helping a friend after she arrived at the airport and was captured walking up a hill nearly 3 miles away.
Well, I feel good about that. Huh?
Exactly. So
check that's like walking 3 miles. Check from the airport to the top of the hill. Yeah, it's a workout.
By mid-afternoon, some of the protesters were seen removing the debris from the road in Marigot, with one man telling Carib Update News that they were clearing the road to allow ballot boxes to be delivered later for Friday's vote. He said that they will go out to vote Friday in their numbers for the opposition, then return to blocking the roads. A shopkeeper in Marigot complained to Carib Update News that protesters have threatened to burn down her shop, and she's thinking of extra security because she had refused to join the protest. She said that she has ties with the opposition, though her husband is a Labour supporter. Officials in Dominica are on alert tonight with concern that the security situation could deteriorate, though they were quick to point out that the disturbances have been in just 2 of the 21 constituencies and in areas considered opposition strongholds. The protests have been inspired by the United Workers' Party, mainly over concerns about the lack of electoral reform. Spending another day in the field Thursday was our photojournalist Kitaka Mauto, who once again joins us from Roseau. Hi Kitaka, report to us about your experiences today.
Today in Marigot gave me the opportunity to see more of the variables that are in play. Yes, the people on the ground, the UWP supporters, are concerned about the irregularities that they saw within the electoral list and the absence of voter identification cards and it's a very crucial election in Dominica. There's a lot of tensions, and they want to ensure that everything is okay. Today at Marigot, they actually cleared the roads to allow the ballot boxes to come in. So that shows that they are actually on board with the free and fair execution of the elections. We also saw situations today in Salisbury where unfortunately some people got shot. Condolences goes out to the family of people who got shot, but it's two sides to the story. Yes, it's unfortunate, but also there were instances where the supporters were throwing stones and projectiles behind people and transports and so on. So it's a tricky situation. People dragging their suitcases from the airport, which is not a good thing for tourism in terms of having people come in and have to face that experience of Dominica firsthand. Meeting vendors and people in the tourism industry who cannot continue their business as usual, financial burdens, kids not going to school. There was a school just not too far from here where only 2 students showed up today.
I know you were in Salisbury on Wednesday, but I guess you would have heard about the shootings there today. What have you been hearing from your vantage point?
But to be honest, I was not surprised, because compare Salisbury to Marigot, it was a much more aggressive energy from Salisbury. No nonsense, it's like pell stones before asking questions kind of a thing. So it's unfortunate that tear gas had to be used, shots had to be fired, and casualties, people got injured. But it didn't surprise me, because Salisbury was like a war zone. And I hope that we can come to some kind of a peaceful resolution very soon, because if both sides don't compromise, then things could escalate. I think the police hands are actually tied as well too, in terms of, like, if you are an officer going up to an area to try to unblock the road for other pedestrians to cross and pass, and stones and other projectiles come after you, then there is that survival instinct where you have to try to protect yourself. But it's unfortunate, and we hope that nothing of that nature happens again, and condolences goes out to the families of people who were injured.
Thank you very much, Kitaka, and if we have the time, we will return to you later in the program. In a related development, Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has assured people there that there will be election on Friday that will be held in security and to international standards. Skerrit made the comment late Wednesday in an interview to the media moments after he addressed a meeting in Roseau Central, where his wife is a candidate. The Dominican leader called reports of violent behavior from what is believed to be opposition supporters isolated, as incidents have been mainly in 2 opposition strongholds in Marigot and Salisbury.
We'll have elections on December 6th because it's our constitutional right to conduct our elections, and we shall have free and fair elections in Dominica. So the disturbances that happen in Dominica really is isolated. The country is safe, but it is something that's unnecessary, and it's something that we all should condemn of what is being done by the United Workers' Party.
Skerrit said that the opposition is aware it will lose the elections and so is trying to disrupt the vote and to scare people from coming out.
It is clear that the Workers' Party recognize that they're losing, and they are seeking to prevent the holding of elections in Dominica. But that's not going to happen. We will have elections in Dominica.
At the meeting, the Dominican leader said the opposition is seeking to intimidate people who will go out to vote Friday. There have been reports of attempts to stop people from coming into the country ostensibly to vote. But Skerrit told supporters that once their name is on the list, they are entitled by law to vote. Earlier Thursday, in a radio address, Skerrit said the harassment of people will not be tolerated.
Let's be clear also that the intimidation of voters and other law-abiding citizens in this country will stop in the prelude to voting. I will not have lawless persons attempt to frustrate decent voters on their way to the polls or destroy the democratic process in Dominica.
Skerrit suggested that police officers might toughen their stance to put an end to what he called lawlessness.
Law enforcement officials have exercised as much restraint as is humanly possible. They have endured verbal abuse, physical abuse, threats of violence, injury, and even threats of death.
The Dominican leader condemned the harassment of the Catholic bishop by protesters a few days ago.
It is clear that the leader of the opposition, Mr. Lennox Linton, doesn't have it in him what it takes to publicly apologize to his lordship for the conduct of his brother, Brian Linton, the UWP supporters, and the UWP supporters. Even Lennox Linton does not like the person. He should respect the office of the head of the Catholic Church in Dominica. He owes his lordship, the bishop, an unqualified apology for his brother's conduct and that of his supporters who acted at his behest. I therefore take this opportunity on behalf of the Christian community of Dominica to apologize most sincerely to his lordship for what must have been a very frightening encounter and experience as he went about his lawful business.
And this is Primetime Caribbean.
To colleagues there at WPG10 for that comprehensive report on what's taking place in Dominica. Now, we are going to continue to partner with folks at WPG10 to bring you updates on the elections there. Tomorrow is the big day, and we expect a lot. All right. Olio, we continue. We are running out of time, but we're going again. We have more things to tell you about. All right. Now, let's take a trip to Trinidad and Tobago, where pupils of the Anstey Memorial Girls Anglican School in San Fernando screamed in horror as gunshots rang out near their school on Thursday morning. A man with a firearm, imagine that, you know, people. A man with a firearm discharged 3 rounds at Drayton Street, where the school is situated. They say classes were in session at the all-girls school when around 9:15 a.m. the gunshots were heard. They say that the children screamed for several minutes, but the teachers and principal kept them in their classrooms and calmed them. Classes continued, and within minutes, several police units with some 20 police officers of the San Fernando CID and Southern Division Task Force responded. They say with police officers managing the streets, the pupil had recess around 10 a.m. and were allowed into the schoolyard for the break. The school principal declined to comment about these things, right? And they said that police are investigating and so on this whole thing. They say that police suspect that the shooting was a reprisal for the killing of Clint, right? A guy who's popularly known there, who was shot dead on Saturday night. All right? Olio, just when you think you heard it all right? We're coming down to the wire. And I said I wasn't going to stay long with Olio, but I love Olio so much. George Zimmerman sues Trayvon Martin's family and attorneys for US $100 million. Neighborhood Watch volunteer Zimmerman, remember that story? He was acquitted of the 2012 killing of Trayvon Martin. He's suing the teen's parents, family attorney, the attorney's book publisher, and prosecutors who tried his case, claiming he was defamed when they allowed a witness to give false testimony in an attempt to incriminate him. Should I read more? You ever hear that? Now, Zimmerman's lawsuit filed on Wednesday said that a trial witness pretended to be the last person to talk to Martin by phone before he was killed, when the witness was actually the half-sister of the caller. According to the lawsuit, Brittany Diamond Eugene didn't want to testify that she had been talking to Martin before he was killed. So her half-sister, Rachel, pretended that she was talking to the teen before he was fatally shot. All right? She ended up testifying at Zimmerman's 2013 trial in Sanford, Florida. Martin was killed during a struggle with Zimmerman, who was a neighborhood watch volunteer. Martin was black. Zimmerman's father, white, and his mother, Hispanic. Never a dull moment with a black. You understand? Black attack. Yeah, it was Zimmerman. Anyway, you remember? Shortly after that, Zimmerman got himself in trouble again with some kind of gun thing. Anyway, really that talk there. You hear me? We ain't going there tonight. Alright. What else do I have to tell you? Permit me to take a quick break and return shortly. And when we do so, do remember that we've got the National Report.
Are you looking for generators to rent? Then call Wagity Generator Rentals. We rent a wide range of generators: 3,000, 6,000, 10,000, also 20,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, and 150,000. We are located in building number 6, Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George. Or give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Wagity Generator Rentals. We are Grenada's standby power people.
Introducing the Spice Isle Jewelry Grand Christmas Sale. Get up to 40% off on our stunning collection of silver and gold jewelry above $115. Visit us to see our fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and our unique handmade pieces. Repair service second to none. Best value for scrap gold. At Spice Isle Jewelry, there's jewelry for everyone, so shop and save today. Treat yourself or someone you love this Christmas with something special from Spice Isle Jewelry. Serving you since 1986. Located on Grenville Street, St. George's. Call 440-3155 or 415-3155. And shop number 19, Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse. Call 440-6648 or 537-7801. Sale ends December 31st.
It's the first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show.
Daddy, don't misquote me. I did not say that she looked like the monkey. I said that the monkey looked like her.
This show is endorsed by the Ministry of Culture. December 14, National Stadium. Gates open 4 p.m. Show starts 6 p.m. Featuring live from Nigeria, Emanuela and Success, and the Mark Angel Comedy Group.
He took your sense.
Oh,
Because his mother still has sense.
From Jamaica, Hilarious Granny, Johnny Daly. From Trinidad, Alan the Entertainer. From Barbados, Rick. From Grenada, Robert White and Dillion Walters. Ticket price: kids under 16, $30. Kids VIP, $80. Adult early bird, $50. $60 regular. Adult VIP early bird, $150. $200 regular. You can make sure to get those tickets at all KFC outlets on the island: Grenada Optical, Grand Anse and St. George's, Heather's Boutique, Kitten's Pharmacy, Grand Anse, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Licks and Bites, St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Foods, Westerhall. Make sure to get your tickets for the first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show. Be there. You, yes you, we welcome you to a new era. Genesis. 31st December 2019, All Year's Night, featuring the headline band from Antigua, the original Burning Flames.
I command you to jump, 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 jump.
Burning Flames. Burning Flames, plus more, live at the Spice Basket Courtyard. Get your early bird tickets, 80 EC. Couples early bird tickets, 150 EC. Online at gotofat.com and your regular ticket outlets for a new era. Genesis. You, yes you.
All right, folks, and what we have for you right now is the National Report.
Marrast Hill to be open to vehicular traffic from Monday. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Thursday, December 5th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Works Minister Honorable Gregory Bowen says the Marrast Hill Road will be opened to vehicular traffic on Monday, following its closure due to road breakage last week. The temporary road fix was undertaken by Sunrise Construction Incorporated. Minister Bowen on Thursday said there has been a change in the scope of work for Marrast Hill, which originally included the construction of retaining walls. Following an accident which resulted in the breaking of the road, the decision was taken to do a temporary fix to avoid further disruption in the flow of traffic.
Originally, we had the retaining wall to be built, the area to be filled and compacted, and then resurfaced, and the road would then be reopened. However, that will take 28 days minimum, since before we could put any load against the retaining wall, it must be cured. We have decided now that we will fill without the retaining wall being built, and fill in such a manner that we'll expand it towards the side, and the road can then be reopened. The expectation it is compare 28 days with Monday. This is the time we have in mind for reopening the road.
Minister Bowen says permanent construction work will resume in January during the slow period following the busy Christmas holiday. He encourages businesses to use the Christmas period to stockpile.
The rate at which the police force must deploy its members in areas where there will be no need if this road has reopened. And that is why from the policy level, from the government, the ministry level, we have decided to work it in this manner. Therefore, there will be an opportunity for the heavy trucks and the trailers to continue the business. We're asking, therefore, the business community to utilize this period to stockpile, because come January, in a low period, we will close this road and do the necessary works. Christmas time, a lot of traffic. You, the business community, the sugar mill, the flour mill, etc., you use it, so work day and night.
Contractor Desmond John explained the scope of work being done in the temporary phase of construction.
We have expanded the base and we are compacting the tiff in layers of 8 inches, making sure it's damp and moist, and we are receiving between 95% and 100% fracture. And we are bringing it right up to the surface. We'll put on a base course and then put a temporary wearing course on it. And that will hold for the period temporarily until the major work and permanent work start in January.
Private sector senator commends government's 2019 performance. Private sector representative in the Senate, Senator Christopher Diali, says government's performance in 2019 speaks volumes to the vision of the administration for the country. He said the sector rates the government for being stable, responsible, and for boosting investor confidence in the local economy during the last year. He was at the time making his contribution to the 2020 budget. According to Senator Diali, the government has been supportive of the private sector and continues to engage businesses in the affairs of the country. He's looking forward to more positive engagements in 2020.
That the performance in 2019 serves the private sector in two particular ways. It speaks to stability, because when government is showing that they can meet their targets and their fiscal responsibilities as they have laid out, it gives us the impression in the private sector that there is stability. It also says to us that when government can pay their bills on time to the private sector companies that buy from them, and even the utility companies, that is so critical to our survival, that is a positive. That is a positive, and we cannot let that bypass without saying that. It speaks to government meeting their responsibility, and that is an important thing. For us, the performance in 2019 has been commendable from a private sector point of view, and we believe that's the way to go, and we encourage the government to continue in that light.
Continuing with the news, government is pursuing the BOLT, Build, Operate, Lease, Transfer arrangement as a policy direction for saving financial resources on the rental of government facilities while creating hundreds of jobs for Grenadians. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell made this announcement during the just concluded 2020 budget presentation at the Houses of Parliament in Mount Weldale. Dr. Mitchell said that the bold arrangement for 3 long-awaited infrastructural projects will incur no upfront demands on the government's coffers. In fact, he said the value of the projects to private entities is an estimated US $100 million and will create job opportunities for about 200 Grenadians. The finance minister indicated that the private sector's willingness to invest in our country is a testimony to its unmatched level of confidence in the local economy. However, the Prime Minister is even more heartened by the level of employment and economic activities these approved projects will generate. Among the buildings which will be renovated under this initiative are Governor General's residence, the Halls of Justice, and the police headquarters. This is a national report. We'll have more news after the break.
The Carnage will be transformed into a magical wonderland with lights, fun, music and action on Friday the 6th and Saturday 7th December in the first annual Festival of Lights. On December 6th, the action begins at 6 p.m. and on the 7th, the action begins at 5 p.m. and we go until 11. Come with your family to enjoy an amazing light show, a concert featuring our top local artists, Parang, Carol, Santa's Village, a kids zone, string band music, a Christmas night market, local cuisine and much more. But wait! There's more. On the 14th, the festivities begin at 5 p.m. and on the 21st, it kicks off at 3 p.m. Festival of Lights is sponsored by the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, Hideaway True Blue, Range Development, Harvey Law Group, National Lotteries Authority, Glenelg Natural Spring Water, Netherlands Insurance, and Jonas Brown and Hubbard's. Festival of Lights, the Carnage, December 6th and 7th, brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism. No unauthorized vending.
Welcome back. One of Grenada's cultural icons has died. Mr. Winston Fleury worked tirelessly to ensure that Grenada became known on the world stage for its rich cultural heritage. In Carriacou, his flamboyant on-stage performances with the drum and his dancing moves to the big drum and quadrille are unlike any other. Minister for Culture and the Arts, Senator the Honourable Noland Cox, a native of Carriacou, extended condolences to the family of Mr. Fleury on the behalf of the government, saying his passing is indeed a great loss.
On behalf of the Ministry of Youth Development, Sports, Culture and the Arts, and of course the government of Grenada, we wish to extend condolences to his family, his kids in particular. I know it's a difficult period for them. His nephew, who I know also, who lives in Carriacou as well. So we ask them to be strong in this time.
Senator Cox also spoke to Mr. Fleury's contribution to culture, in particular the big drum, saying it was an invaluable one which spans decades.
He is a cultural icon for Carriacou. I know him as a young boy, moving, pushing the big drum, cultural big drum in Carriacou. He also had a rich history in terms of linking Carriacou to our African heritage. I think that is where he really focused most of his efforts on. He trained a number of persons in big drum, teaching them to play the drums. He also extended Carriacou, brought Carriacou culture to other parts of the world. He has done so much for us in terms of sustaining big drum on a whole in Carriacou. He really commands that aspect of our culture. I mean, when he takes a drum and starts a beat, everybody would move. You can hear a distinct difference. When he takes the floor to dance, his style, his confidence, I mean, he was just a notch above the rest.
Mr. Fleury, he says, also made valuable contributions to the agriculture sector on the Sister Isle.
He used to rear cattle. He had, at one point in time, the most cattle in Carriacou. He had a large flock, a large herd. He did a lot of work in terms of the development of cattle in Carriacou. And also after going and study, coming back and working as an agriculture extension, livestock extension officer. I also work along with him as a farmer as well. So he has a rich history on both sides of the coin, culture and on the farming side. So he's going to be missed.
Senator Cox says the contributions made by Mr. Fleury during his lifetime will always be acknowledged by the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Paying tribute to Mr. Fleury, the Grenada Cultural Foundation described him as a distinguished gentleman who led the Big Drum movement in the sister isle of Carriacou and exposed it to an international audience from time to time. He was made a cultural ambassador of Grenada in 2011, and in 2017 he received the Prime Minister's Lifetime Achievement Award from the Grenada Cultural Foundation. Finally, in the news, the Grenada Tourism Authority has made a slight change to the inaugural Festival of Lights on Friday to ensure a smoother flow of traffic. The show will now begin at 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. However, the start times for the festival on the 7th, 14th and 21st will remain the same. During the festival, which was launched on October 8th, the carnage will be lit from Burns Point to BB's Crabback. Day 1 will feature the launch of a dinghy concert and a light show, while Day 2 will feature local cuisine, a Christmas night market, and a chance for children to meet Santa Claus. Cole Hostialik, the GTA manager for product development and research, spoke to what patrons can expect.
Friday and Saturday are the main nights, and we have really great acts, so we're continuing to fine-tune those as we speak. We have it also on the 14th, where we have a mini Christmas market, and you're going to have some pan, for example. But on the 21st, we have a little bit more for the kids. On the 21st, we're going to have a bouncing castle area for them. We're going to have train rides around the carnage. It's going to also start earlier. Right, so it's going to start at 3 p.m. and it's going to end at 9 o'clock. But every night when you come, we are going to be stapling in the light show, because that is the big wow for us. The laser lights and the little Santa projections and all of these things that are going to be on the plaza.
The GTA is looking forward to a fruitful event while also promoting the carnage.
Hopefully, as we continue to go on, this is year 1, but we see that it has so much potential for many more years to come. Of course, yes, the Ministry of Tourism and the Grenada Tourism Authority are the ones, spearheading this project, but we can't do it without the business community on the carnage, and everybody has chipped in their own way.
That story just ended the national report for today, Thursday, December 5th, 2019. Let's recap the top story. Maras Hill to be opened to vehicular traffic from Monday. On behalf of the entire news team here at the Government Information Service, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
All right, thank you very much, Rikisha, and everyone else who were part of the production of the National Report. And now for the weather. We expect partly conditions, and of course, we expect some as well moderate to heavy scattered showers overnight. A low chance of flash flooding, of course, so that means there is a warning, a flood warning in effect, a low chance of flash flooding. Winds are east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers. Seas moderate with 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory is in effect as well. And before we wrap up tonight, let's say hello to Zaka, Kirin, Angel, Noreen, Nika, Shermin, Shireen, Gwendolyn, also Colette, and Dawn, Deborah, and Jennifer, Gary, Camber Rose, and Mom and Mike, and Eunice, Rolander, and everybody else on the program. Doris is with us as well, and everyone else on the program. I'd like to say thank you for joining us, and we are looking forward to a very interesting discussion again tomorrow, God's willing. It's going to be Friday, so of course there's a lot that we can expect on Friday. All right, so guys, take care of yourselves and your family. God bless you, and we're going to come back here. I want to say happy birthday to my good brethren. That is Tom. You're celebrating your birthday today. Well, happy birthday to you. I hope that it was good. All right, and everyone else, man, and anyone else on the program who's celebrating, thank you. Those of you on WPG10, thank you for watching as well. God bless you guys. Have yourselves. I always say I'm not coming to stay very long, but when I am here, you guys make me feel so comfortable. Whatever it is that bothers me, whether it is because I'm tired or whatever, you guys just inspire motivate me and keeps me alive. So kudos to you guys. You know, you're just the best. God bless you guys. Have a good one. And let's hope that we all see each other tomorrow, God's willing, again. Let's do this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja. No. Good night, everyone.